So now we're going to do 4.9b, which is going to take this and use it with complex proportions. So this is what we did yesterday. 5 divided by 1/3 equals blank over 4. So 5 divided by 1/3 is 5 times 3, multiplied by the reciprocal is 15. So this simplifies to 15 over 1. So 1 times 4 is 4, 15 times 4 is 60. Right, there are 15 times 4 is 60. I've gone over that before, but let's understand, right? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and all the way around. 4 times 15 is 60. Right, 3/4 equals 4 this, so we can multiply that by 5/4, cancel, and this is 15/4 is the missing number. Okay, so now we're going to put these complex fractions in the tables and equations and all the things we've been doing. Okay, so here, right, y always is y to x, so it would be 3.5 to 7, which simplifies to 1/2. So that means all of these have to make 1/2, right? So this one has to make 1/2. 3.5. What else would make, what would make 12 1/2? Well, 6 would make 1/2. What would make 17 1/2, right? We're going to have to figure that out. Right, so Paul walked 3/4 of a mile in 6 minutes. How far will he walk in 4 minutes? Okay, so this is a missing number problem. So we have 3/4 divided by 6 on the left, so let's simplify that. That's 3/4 times 1/6, cancel. 3 becomes 1, 6 becomes a 2, and that becomes 1/8. Now that's 1/8. Oh, 8 divided by 2 is 4. 1 divided by 2 is 1/2, right? So how far will you walk in 4 minutes? Now this is a word problem. This is why we didn't do these yesterday, right? That's 1/2 a mile. The cake recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups milk for 2/3 cups of butter. How much butter, so we don't know how much butter, mixed with 5 cups of milk. All right, so this is the proportion. So we're going to simplify our first one. 1 1/4 divided by 2/3 equals, right, 5/4 divided by 2/3, which equals 5/4 times 3/2, which is, there's no canceling there, 15/8. All right, so this side makes 15/8. But 15 divided by 3 makes 5, so 8 divided by 3 is 8 divided by 3. 8/3 is 8/3, so you could write 8/3 of a cup of butter, or usually we don't say it that way in the kitchen. 6/3 is 2, so this is 2 2/3 cups of butter. Either way is acceptable. 2 candy bars, so 2 bars are $5. How much do 3 bars cost? All right, well, 2/5 is simplified, so that's not going to help us. But we can multiply 2 times 3/2. The 2's cancel, so we can multiply that one by 3/2. And 5 times 3/2 is 15/2. Now, 15/2 dollars, well, 14/2 dollars is 7. So 15/2 dollars is $7.50, but let's write it as money, $7.50, right? $0.50 is 50 cents for 3 bars. The length of a shadow is proportional to the height. So a 5-foot pole, all right, makes a 4-foot shadow. Find the length of the shadow, so that's what's missing, for a 7-foot pole. All right, so 5 times what makes 7? Times 7/5. So we multiply that one by 7/5. And we get 4 times 7, we get 28/5. Well, no one wants to hear that. So 25/5 is 5. So 5 3/5 feet for the shadow. Okay. Fill in the table to complete the proportional relationship. So it's y to x. So we have 7.5. Well, let's do it in the same order. Blank over 2 equals 7.5 to 2.5 equals blank to 5. Okay, so we're going to need to simplify 7.5 divided by 2.5, which is 15 halves divided by 5 halves, right? Which is 15 halves times 2/5. And 5 goes into 15 3 times, the 2's cancel, and we get 3. So k here is 3, and we want them to all equal 3, right? So blank over 2 equals 3. Well, hopefully you can just realize that that's 6, right? And blank over 5 equals 3. 15 over 5 equals 3. Remember, we're always flipping these over. All right, same thing here. So y to x. So we have 5 to 2, blank to 3, blank to 4. Okay, so 5 to 2. So to get 2, well, let's do the easy one. 2 times 2, right, makes 4. So this is 10. So that's 10 over 4. Now, the harder one, let's go 2 times what makes 3? Well, how about 3 halves? So we're going to multiply that one by 3 halves, and that's 15 halves. 14, same number. It's an interesting coincidence, but that is 7.5 to 3. So we have y to x, and notice it says between x and y, even though the x was first, and this is intentional here because I've seen this on tests. All right, you still always put y to x. So it's 3 to 4, 5 to blank, blank to 8. Well, this is times 2, so this is times 2. This is 6. So this is 6, but the question is, what's the one with 5? Right, so we got to do that one. So let's multiply 3 times 5/3 and 4 times 5/3 and get 20/3. What's 20/3? Well, 18/3 is 6. So 20/3 is 6 2/3. You could write 20/3, but let's write 6 2/3. So what was k here, by the way? I didn't ask that, but k is 3/4, right? K is the simplified fraction. It was right there. Okay, so let's practice. So Susan typed 130 words in 3 1/4 minutes. How many can she type in 10 minutes, right? How many words? So we're going to simplify the one we have. 130 divided by 3 1/4. That should be neater. Is 130 divided by 13/4, which is 130 times 4/13. So that nicely cancels to 40 words per minute. Now, that's not the answer. This simplified to 40 words per minute. Now, so we want to know how many in 10 minutes. Now, then we multiply by 10. And the answer is 400 words in 10 minutes. So be careful. It's very tempting once you do all that work. Oh, I got the answer. No, that's what the first fraction simplified to, 40 over 1, 40 words per minute. Flowers cost $7.50 for a 2.5 pound bag. How much, and I should have my units because we're doing proportions. We need an 8 pound bag. We want to know these dollars. So simplify our first one. So we're going to do 7.5 divided by 2.5, but we can't do that. We got to move the decimal point. Oh, it's 75 divided by 25, 3. This simplifies to 3, 3 over 1. 1 times 8 is 8. 3 times 8 is $24 for an 8 pound bag. So we're going to learn to relate these. So it's 33 goes to 5.5, and we're trying to find that blank goes to 8. So we have to simplify 33 divided by 5.5, which is 33. I got to be a little neater. 33 divided by 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1, 11 halves, which is 33 times 2, 11. So that nicely simplified to 6. So this simplified to 6. 1 times 8 is 8. 6 times 8 is So this is 48, and this is inches, because it says up here that we're in inches. So we're going to do y to x. We've got 2/3 to 2. We've got 1 to blank. We've got blank to 6 to fill in. Well, 2 times 3, right? 2 times 3 is 6. So this one here is 2/3 times 3, which is 2. So this is 2/6. Oh, well, if that's 2/6, we can just simplify 2/6 and figure out this is 1/3. And k here is, in fact, 1/3, right? Y to x. Now, alternatively, you could have done 2/3 divided by 2 is 2/3 times 1/2, cancel, and gotten 1/3 that way. Good luck on the homework.